Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. As promised, today I want to do a side-by-side trim comparison of the all-new 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 9 Limited versus Calligraphy, or the top two trim levels within the Hyundai Ioniq 9 lineup. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about each of these two exact Ioniq 9s sitting behind me, make sure to check out the dedicated walk-around videos that I have already published here on the channel on the Calligraphy and this Limited finish in the Ultimate Red and the Cosmic Blue respectively. Now, if you've been following along or subscribed here on the channel, then you know I have posted several videos already on this vehicle going over the trim specifications, some of the differences between, each of the trims and their major feature sets and things like that. So there's definitely some helpful content already published if you guys want to know just a little bit more outside of the Limited or Calligraphy. But in today's video, I want to focus specifically on these two because they do have a lot of the, luxurious features that one might want in a three-row family electric vehicle. But of course, that does come at a fairly hefty price tag, as both these two trims sit above the $70,000 price point, including destination. So in today's video, we're basically going to walk through the features, options, packaging, and pricing, some of the appearance, cosmetic differences between each of these two, and discuss some of the limitations and feature set if you want a couple of the items that you have to go up to the fully loaded Calligraphy. But most of the nice stuff is still found on this Limited, which I think might be the better bang for the buck within the lineup, if I'm being completely honest. But anyways, let's not waste time. Take a look at each of these two vehicles sitting behind me and see what they have to offer. So before we get into the hands-on look side by side between each of these two vehicles, I quickly want to run through the features and options that you're getting with the Limited and the Calligraphy over that of the SEL or this Limited respectively, as Hyundai basically adds features as you continuously go up the lineup. Now, starting with the drivetrain, this is an important aspect to note between these two vehicles. They get the exact same performance all-wheel drive dual motor drivetrain as standard for the Limited and the Calligraphy. So that means a 110.3 kilowatt hour battery, standard across every Ioniq 9, but adds the more powerful front and rear electric motors for a combined output of 422 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. Good for an estimated EPA range of 311 miles for both the Limited and the Calligraphy. So very quick, very fast accelerating three-row family SUVs, and does have the lowest range of all the Ioniq 9s, but it's not that much lower, just about 20 miles or 25 miles, depending on which one you're comparing it to, and certainly has way more performance with that dual motor all-wheel drive with the more powerful motor at the front end. Anyways, going to the Limited trim level specifically over that of the SEL, with this particular vehicle, you're going to gain the 21-inch alloy wheels, panoramic power sunroof, first and second row relaxation seats with 6-passenger configuration, meaning the captain chairs in the second row. And with this, you get 4-way power captain chairs, ventilated rear seats, inboard fold-down armrests, one-touch walk-in with motorized power return, wing-type headrests, first row 4-way power lumbar, integrated memory driver seat, power folding third row seats, power tilt telescopic steering column, sliding center console with rear door sunshades, Bose premium audio system, 14 speaker in design, and that also is paired to the e-active sound design and the active noise control for the interior, so it has active noise cancellation, fingerprint scanner, Hyundai Digital Key 2.0 Premium, and vehicle to load 2-way onboard charger in the cargo area of the vehicle. So basically, those are all the features you're getting for the Limited over that of the mid SEL grade. Now moving on to the Calligraphy, this is once again fully loaded trim. You get the Calligraphy exclusive front and rear fascias with premium side door garnishes and body color exterior appearance. Parking collision avoidance assist for the reverse, forward, and side of the vehicle, so all aspects have an avoidance assist functionality to it, which is great to see. Calligraphy exclusive interior trim, including soft touch C-pad, aluminum trim in the C-pad, and 2-tone leather wrapped steering wheel. You also get perforated door inserts versus the kind of texture design on the Limited, microfiber suede headliner and pillars, ergo motion massaging driver's seat, second row automatic up-down windows in addition to the first row, premium cargo door sill plate, metal pedals, full display mirror with garage home link, remote smart park assist 2, which is over-the-air software updated after the vehicle is BlueLink registered, heads-up display, and dynamic welcome lighting, once again a feature on demand that you can add after the fact. So those are going to be the key differences between the Limited and the Calligraphy within the lineup. Now, another aspect I do want to touch on is the color combination and interior color availability for each of these two trims. So I'm actually sitting in an Ultimate Red Limited right now, and this is the top trim you can get Ultimate Red in, as Hyundai does not unfortunately offer an Ultimate Red Calligraphy. So I'll have all the colors and the interiors up on the screen so you guys can look at it and follow along. Ultimate Red as found on the SEL and Limited with the black or gray two-tone H-Tex leather on the inside. So you can get black or gray interior. We're currently sitting in the black. And in terms of Cosmic Blue Pearl, you can get that all the way from the base S, SE, SEL, Limited, and Calligraphy, with just a couple limitations as to what interior color you compare to that exterior. And then moving up to the Calligraphy, you get a nicer, more premium H-Tex grade material, which does feel a little bit more plush in the hand, I will say, similar like going from H-Tex to Nappa leather, for example. And you get black, gray two-tone, and dark teal two-tone on the Calligraphy, which of course, as you'll see throughout this video, changes the upper backrest portion color if you get either the gray or the teal over that of the standard black interior. And finally, touching on the exact pricing information before we take a look at the hands-on and some of the differences between the two. The Limited starts at $72,850, including destination, and the Calligraphy comes in at $75,590. This comes in at a difference of $3,740, moving up to the Calligraphy from the Limited that I'm currently sitting in. So really not a huge price differential, and like I said, you really aren't gaining a ton of features and equipment, but there are a handful of things which I could see people really wanting, such as heads-up display, the digital camera mirror, and all the Calligraphy exclusive premium materials over that of the Limited. So take a look at the two Ioniq 9s in front of me. On my left, I have the Performance Limited all-wheel drive finished in Ultimate Red with the black H-Tex interior, and then on my right, I have the new Cosmic Blue Pearl Calligraphy with the gray two-tone premium H-Tex synthetic leather. And as a whole, I think these are two of the best exterior colors you can currently get on the Ioniq 9, along with that new Ionosphere Green, which of course I have covered at the 2025 Mama Spring Rally, as well as the Chicago Auto Show. Now, starting at the front end of each of these two particular trim levels, you're gonna get the exact same exterior LED lighting setup in terms of their LED daytime running lights and turn signals in this upper housing. And then you have the pixel LED projectors for the headlights, both low and high beam, a little bit farther down. Now, in terms of their appearance, immediately you can see the Calligraphy does get several exclusive bits, mainly in the lower front fascia right here in this silver portion, as well as around the headlamp bezels as we come in a little bit closer. So we'll start over here on the Limited. You can see it does have the same gloss black grille, which houses a lot of the radar and the driver assist sensors at the front of the vehicle. You still have front, rear, and side parking sensors on this particular one, and then you can see silver around the active aero flaps, a little bit of gloss black trim at the edge that wraps into the gloss black side garnishes, which we'll showcase here in a second. But then moving over here to the Calligraphy, if you have a keen eye, you can immediately tell there is some silver bright elements here in the actual headlamp assembly bezel. And then this entire lower front fascia here is gonna be just a little bit more premium looking, a little bit different in design. And you still maintain the active aero flaps. Of course, they're gloss black over here, where they're silver in nature over there. So you guys will have to let me know which one you prefer down in the comment section below. And you do once again get the dynamic welcome lighting capability, or the animations on the exterior for the Calligraphy, as a feature on demand, or unfortunately that is not supported currently on the Limited, but I don't doubt the software and hardware would support it if Hyundai wanted to roll that out in the future. But coming along to the side profile of the vehicle, starting once again with the Limited, this is the one that I showcased at the Chicago Auto Show. So you get a mix of body color and gloss black trim around the wheel arches in this section, the lower door garnishes, and then once again the rear door garnish into the rear fascia. So just a good mix of gloss black and two-tone. I actually like this, especially with the Ultimate Red. You see nice silver trim around the belt line and the roof rails up top. And then coming over here to the Calligraphy, this is where you get the more body color accents around the wheel arches and the lower door sections, but there still is going to be some gloss black trim at the very bottom of the doors and going into the rear fascia. So it's not completely body color, but certainly does have just a little bit more body color accent versus the Limited and some of those lower trim levels with the matte black plastic. But the silver trim along the belt line and the roof rails is going to be appear to be identical between the two. So it's really just limited to the wheel arches and the lower sections of the fascia. Mirror caps are and everything like that are going to be identical. You do get the Hyundai Digital Key 2.0 Premium on both of these particular vehicles. And then coming out back, really the only difference that I was able to spot on the exterior is going to be limited to the lower bumper design here, as well as the available rear digital camera mirror camera located on the tailgate. So this is the calligraphy, matches the front with the silver bright chrome, and then you have some gloss black all around it. And then the camera for the digital rear camera mirror is going to be located just beside the backup camera here. It does have a washer nozzle for the backup camera, which is cool to see. That's the power tailgate release. And then we'll go over here quickly to the Limited, just to show you guys that it does not have the camera, the second camera for the digital camera mirror, because it's not supported on this trim, but still has the integrated washer nozzle for the main backup camera. Hyundai logo integrated in the glass, and everything like that is basically the same. But you can see at the bottom of the bumper, the Limited, just slightly different in design, really not too much to showcase unless you have a keen eye or see the two vehicles side by side. I think they both look very premium in nature. Both the wheel and tire setup is going to be identical between the two. So they're both riding on that 21-inch gloss black and machined finish wheel and a 285/45 21-inch Hankook Ion Evo AS SUV all-season tire, which probably has some EV characteristics or compound components to it. And you guys also let me know your thoughts on this wheel design down in the comment section below. But as a whole, I think it looks sharp. Not my most favorite wheel design, but the Calligraphy design package wheel looks absolutely phenomenal. But let's go and take a quick look on the interior for both these two and see where more of the differences lie. So taking a look on the interior, first starting with the Limited and the standard black H-Tex on the interior, still going to find a large amount of soft touch and premium materials across the interior, but there are going to be some subtle differences in textures and kind of what materials are used to wear. So starting out here on the door panel, all of this is soft touch with a textured upper. This is going to be a nice rippled effect going down into the door grab portion, and all of this is that H-Tex synthetic leather, which feels very nice in hand. Silver buttons for your power windows, mirrors, and locks. Only the front two windows are automatic up down. The back windows are just the standard manual design. And then you have two-position memory driver's seat with power folding mirrors, translucent, semi-translucent door panel storage with the Bose 14-speaker premium audio system, active noise cancellation, etc. All of the power seat controls are going to be identical between the two, outside of the Limited not having the ergo motion massaging driver's seat. So you have four-way power lumbar, the leg rest extension, but the seats themselves are going to be the slightly different material and won't have any sort of design in the back outside of these 4 pixels kind of stamped in the silver section right here. Just a normal perforated leatherette seat. And then coming here to the dashboard, you can see going to be most of the same between the two, with a lot of nice bright silver accents and features across the dash as well. But no heads-up display on the Limited. Still get the dual 12.3-inch digital cluster and infotainment system, 360 cameras. Pixel LED lights on both of these two vehicles, just a monotone steering wheel, black with the black interior. I'm not exactly sure what color steering wheel the gray interior gets, but it might get a lighter gray in design. Highway drive assist, all the smart cruise control functions on the left, audio multimedia on the right, column mounted gear shift, paddles for the regen and the just regenerative braking, forward attention assist, standard on every Ioniq 9, and then automatic headlights, automatic high beams, rain sense wipers. All of these controls are going to be identical between the two. To the left of the steering wheel, power tilt telescopic steering column. And then across the dash, you can see the center channel for the speakers. There's the built-in navigation, CCNC infotainment, wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs. Coming here to the center console, heated and cooled first and second row seats, dual zone automatic climate control in the front with a third zone automatic in the rear, 100-watt USB charge and data ports with additional storage, sliding center console with the fingerprint recognition, 360 camera, no remote smart park assist on the Limited. That is a big difference between, but you still get the drive and terrain modes, so you can cycle between those here on the digital cluster. Wireless charging with Hyundai Digital Key. There's the proximity key fob with remote start. There's the front trunk and rear trunk release. As you can see, no smart parking assist. And this is the entry-level trim to get Hyundai Digital Key 2. Just again, to reiterate that, the SCL does not get that. And then the center storage flips up both ways. Standard again across every vehicle. Up top, you get the normal soft touch headliner, which is more of a standard material that you'll find in Hyundai's vehicles. There's the LED vanity illumination, auto dimming mirror with garage home link, overhead LED lighting, power sunroof and power shade controls. And this is once again a massive panoramic power sunroof. So really here at the front of the Limited, it is extremely nice and nothing to scoff at in terms of its features. Let's go ahead and continue out to the second row before going over to the Calligraphy. So moving to the second row, once again, this is 6-passenger configuration with captain chairs out back. Materials fall through from the front. You get the manual side sunshades here. 2 cup holders up here, and then there's the power adjustments for the captain chairs. Full relaxation seats with the leg rest, power slide, recline, fold, all the usual stuff. Same perforations and materials as the front. You get the wing type headrest, which holds your head center a little bit better. And then in terms of the dashboard, I'll go ahead and show that very quickly. Amenities out back are heated and ventilated captain chairs, 3rd zone automatic climate control, as I mentioned, sliding additional storage, 100-watt USB-C, and there's the power adjustments for the passenger seat. And then up top, we have AC vents, LED handles with storage, ratcheting armrests, which is nice. Get a little bit more comfortable and position those armrests exactly how you wish. And yeah, this is just a very nice interior in terms of its feature set, and we'll go ahead and showcase the third row. These seats are a little bit on the slower side to fold, not gonna lie there, but once you get them out of the way, the third row is actually somewhat usable for full-size adults, which is absolutely phenomenal. In the back of the Limited, you get the power recline adjustments, more USB-C charging, cup holders, speakers, AC vents. Really, the features, like I said, are gonna be identical between the two. It's just gonna be more cosmetic once you get to the second and third rows. So moving over to the Calligraphy, once again, this one has the gray two-tone premium H-Tex on the interior, which does feel slightly more premium and soft in the hand. Starting out here on the driver's side door panel, this upper section is going to be kind of a medium or moderate gray, same soft touch, but this portion right here is going to be the perforated premium material that Hyundai has noted in their build notes. All of this is very nice in texture, and I think this is actually a little bit more soft down here versus the Limited. But nonetheless, you get similar medium gray or silver buttons for your power windows, mirrors, and locks. All 4 windows are automatic up-down, power folding. You get the 2-person memory driver's seat with the Ergo Motion massage, so that is an additional feature for the Calligraphy. Same amount of storage down below. This is all ambient lit, by the way, up here. And then you have the Bose 14-speaker audio system with active noise cancellation. Again, a carryover from the vehicle I just showcased. Now coming over to the driver's seat, all of this is going to be identical, except you get the power bolster adjustments in addition to the 4-way power lumbar. So this is the only real extra adjustment you get for the Calligraphy over that of the Limited that I did just show. Leg rest, all of that is going to be identical. And you can see in terms of the actual seat bottom, this is going to be similar in design with the perforations and the kind of normal leatherette texture. But then moving to the backrest, this is where the gray two-tone comes into play, where you have the different color material, and all this is going to be rippled, kind of like the door material on the Limited, which gives you certainly a different feel on the back when you sit in the seats, and it does, I have to give it to them, look quite premium as well. Now moving to the dashboard, you can see a lot of the technology and features are going to be identical up here, but you get the two-tone steering wheel paired to the gray two-tone interior, and I assume if you get the black interior with the Calligraphy, it is going to be just a monotone steering wheel, but I don't know that for a fact. Dashboard technology, all that identical. Pixel LED lights on the steering wheel, highway drive assist, smart cruise, lane fall assist, all that usual stuff is going to be the same. And then in terms of your buttons over here, like I said, all of that is going to be finished in this medium gray to match the door panels and the upper dash. And really the only feature you're gaining is going to be the heads-up display, color in nature, programmable and configurable from the infotainment system. And then coming across the dash, you have some brighter silver aluminum trim. This is going to be different from the Limited and the type of material and the texture located in there. All of this button and control switchgear appears to be identical. You have some silver trim around the USB ports and additional storage down below. Sliding center console is still present. Fingerprint recognition, 100 digital key 2.0 premium. You do get the remote smart park assist on the key fob and the interior functionality as a future over-the-air software update. Do keep that in mind. So they already have the key fob and everything ready to go for once you purchase and sign up for BlueLink. Storage. And then up top, we do get the suede pillars, which is lighter gray for this particular interior. And then the digital camera mirror, which uses that secondary camera lens on the tailgate with garage home link still present. Of course, you can flip that down and turn into a normal auto dimming mirror if you wish. All of these appear to be the same at the top for the sunroof and LED overhead lighting. And yeah, the only real note I have to say about these particular seats is for whatever reason with the Calligraphy and the ErgoMotion air bladders that Hyundai has installed inside the seats, it does give you a slightly different feel when sitting in the seat itself. I've had several guys here at the dealership come out and actually sit in the seats themselves as well, and we all agree that it just feels like you're almost sitting on a little bit of an air cushion than a Calligraphy, versus the Limited feels a little bit more like a traditional soft leather seat with a normal amount of cushioning. And if you want my honest opinion, I actually prefer, with the ErgoMotion seat completely off, how it feels in the Limited over the Calligraphy, because for whatever reason, when you turn the ErgoMotion seat off in the Calligraphy, it pumps up the air bladders just a little bit to make you feel like you're sitting almost on a bouncy ball, or like a exercise ball, yoga ball, one of those things. It's just a weird sensation, and not sure why Hyundai programmed the air bladders to do that. They could probably program them to have less air or no air in them at all, and I would feel more comfortable. But sit in these seats yourself, make sure you feel comfortable with them, and overall give yourself your own opinion between the Limited and Calligraphy, but my pick would probably be the Limited. Now, taking a look at the second and third rows of this vehicle, like I said, the feature set is really going to be very similar and identical between the two out back in terms outside of their materials. And then in terms of the seats themselves, exact same power captain chairs, heated and ventilated. You get these two-tone effect for the second and third rows with the same accents here on the second row captain chairs with the wing out headrests. And then once again, heated and ventilated captain chairs, third zone automatic climate control, storage, 100-watt USB-C charge ports, overhead AC vents. Now, coming to the trunk and cargo space, I do just want to showcase the Calligraphy, but these are going to be identical between these vehicles once again. So with the third row seats folded up, you can see we do have some of the additional accessories and floor mats currently in this vehicle. On the left, you have LED illumination, some cargo tie-down points for the cargo net. We have a trunk close button, a 12-volt outlet, and then on the right side, we have additional LED illumination. Both the second and third row power seats, up-down functions, go up and down via one button. So if we go ahead and fold the third row seats right there, you can see one touch of a button, it will fold the seats flat, and the same can be done for the second row. We have a 15 amp, 120 volt circuit. Both the Limited and Calligraphy have this feature, and then the manual charge port door release if you need to manually actuate that because it gets stuck or whatnot. Now, one item I did want to showcase for this vehicle, because it is equipped with it, is the underfloor storage, which can accommodate the retractable cargo area cover, which you can see we have installed underneath the floor. It actually gives you instructions on the back side of the flap here. You can see there's actually instructions on how to do it, and it's very simple. It is a very snug fit, but once you get it in there, I think it'll be easy. Those panels on the left and right hand side pop upward, so it gives you more access to actually finagle the cover inside. But I'm glad that Hyundai was able to incorporate that in terms of their vehicle packaging underneath the floor, because at the end of the day, I think a lot of people will keep it under there when it's not needed, and then of course install it here just behind the second row seats when they actually do want to store the cargo cover. So really nice packaging, tons of interior cargo space. You see the amber daytime running lights, or excuse me, turn signals. And in terms of the charge port available on this vehicle, it does come with the NACS J3400 charge port connector from the factory, so it can charge on Tesla superchargers out of the box, as well as other compatible equipment with the included CCS adapter. Similar charging curve and performance to other EGMP platform vehicles such as the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6, But of course, because this has the 110.3 kilowatt hour battery pack, the 10 to 80% figure is in the mid 20-minute range instead of the former 18-minute range, just due to that additional energy and time it takes to charge a battery of this size, but still extremely impressive, very competitive, and is sitting between the 600 and 700 volt nominal voltage depending on the state of charge. So if you're under 20%, it might be just under 600 volts, and then as soon as you get it up near 80 to 100%, it jumps up near 700 volts. And then we have the charge status indicator, 48 amp level 2 available onboard charger, and this vehicle does come with a new dual voltage level 1 and level 2 charge cable from the factory. So essentially it has a removable disconnectable end for the type of plug and the voltage that you will be charging with it. And I believe that comes on both the Limited and Calligraphy, but this Calligraphy does have it included in the vehicle in the front trunk, and it fits in there just fine. Comes with a storage case, and basically I think that is going to be it in terms of most of the key differences between the Limited and the Calligraphy. You guys let me know your thoughts on these two vehicles down in the comment section below. Love the Ultimate Red sitting next to the Cosmic Blue. I think some of the best colors. Of course, these vehicles are final assembled here in the new Meta plant in Georgia. So red, white, and blue with the 4th of July holiday right around the corner. Actually, there is a white Calligraphy coming. Not sure if all three of those vehicles will be here at once, but that would be a great picture and kind of a symbolic in nature for the final assembly. But anyways, I think that is going to do it here for this side-by-side trim comparison of the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 9 Limited versus Calligraphy. And like I said, check out some of the additional videos and content I have already posted, and stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already, because Hyundai will be sending me an Ioniq 9 to live with for a press vehicle next week. So I'm going to do charging tests, I'm going to do range figures, efficiency, my dedicated likes and dislikes, the whole 9 yards that I usually do with my press vehicles, I will be doing with that Ioniq 9 next week. So I'm very excited for that. And really, I think Hyundai did a fantastic job with the design. Overall, the packaging isn't terrible, but I think there's a couple features on the Limited that I would certainly probably give to the SEL, like Digital Key 2, because I think there's a lot of people out there that at the end of the day really like to use their phone as the key and have to spend well over $70,000 on the Limited to get Digital Key 2 when, you know, it's an EV and a lot of people might expect some of the latest technology as standard. Is a little bit unfortunate, but in terms of these two vehicles side by side, you know, is there a nearly $4,000 difference or a value difference to you? Let me know that down in the comment section below. I think the Limited, in terms of the seat comfort for the driver's seat and just the two-tone appearance on the exterior, particularly with the red, looks phenomenal. It's probably the way that I would go if I were to choose one of these vehicles for myself. But nonetheless, you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave those down there as well. I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate continued support and hope to see you guys in the next one.